Hello everyone, my name is Thandokuhle Sibanda and I am a spoken word artist. I was born and raised Bulawayo and I am 23 years of age. I am also a student at MSU. I'm doing Economics, so I'm doing a bit of words and some numbers. So I was raised by a single mom, so I think some of my poetry is largely influenced by her strength, and I think I owe the person I am to the kind of woman she is. I see a lot of myself when I think about her. So how I started doing poetry was when I was in primary school. From a very young age, I think I had social anxiety. I was extremely socially awkward, still highly am. So poetry, I think for me, was a form of refuge. When I started writing, I think it was around 12, 13, there was this level of excitement and fulfillment that came with writing something, giving it to someone for them to read, and just them enjoying it and just being impressed by my writing was something I really enjoyed. And then in the process of writing, I think I also found refuge of sorts. I was able to then create a world in which I felt more comfortable, less under pressure, and just owning things, And then when I was around 15, I was around Form 1, Form 2. I was doing my secondary education. It was during a school assembly in that afternoon. And then this amazing poet called Thandoe shared a piece for the school kids. And I was just blown away. I said to myself, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to be. So I'm going to pursue it. I approached her and I told her, I want to do poetry. She said, yeah, I'll mentor you. And that's just basically how the journey began. So my first audience was a group of students. And my second audience was a group of adults. It was a competition. I think it was a commemoration of Bulawayo at 120. And it was, different arts disciplines. And they were trying to get one person to represent the district on a provincial level. And unfortunately, I didn't win, but I was runner-up. And that was amazing. And then I started performing from then on. I think after that, I did an Intwasa event. It was a poetry slam-ish, and I won. And then from there, I went for StarBrite, a national talent show of sorts. I went there twice in a row, and I made it all to the finals. That phase was, I think, a defining phase of my career as an artist, because that's when I actually started taking my craft seriously, not as something I would write as a student and perform for the assembly. I got exposed to people that had been in the industry for a very long time, and I was taught things, knowledge was imparted on me. I was trained on so many different levels, but most importantly, on a very personal, individual level, I learned discipline and the importance of discipline, not only as a person, but as an artist and in executing your craft wherever. So after the 2 seasons of StarBrite, I then started performing on big stages. I went back again for the Intwasa Poetry Slam, the Lafarge Poetry Slam. I became the slam champion there. And then in the same year again, I did the Intwasa Poetry Slam and I became the champ. And then on the same year again, this must have been around 2018, I performed at the Women, Wine and Words. I think that has been by far the biggest thing I've done in my career, especially considering the point at which that happened, because I was still very young, and it was cute. It was at that point where it was cute to get on stage and tell people how old you were, and everyone would be like, oh my gosh, you're so young. Yeah, so that was huge. Then after Women, Wine and Words, I did Bulawayo Arts Awards, which again was amazing. And then in 2019, I got a BAA nomination. So this time around it was different. Again, it was a big thing because in the previous year I'd just gone there as a performer. But this time around I had gone back as a nominee. And that was just amazing. And then from there, I left for SA, I think for South Africa, I think for like 2 years. And while I was there, I also got the opportunity to perform in some really big stages. I did one of the shows in Joburg under a tour called Poets in Joburg. And then afterwards, I got the opportunity to curtain raise for an American poet called Solomon Joseph. He's part of the Poets in Autumn, if you guys know about it. And then since then, it's just been growth upon growth. I've done performances for Shoko Festival. I've done performances for international festivals. And I'm also currently part of an amazing project called Risili Arts Accelerator. It's a combination of 5 different women doing 5 different disciplines, and I'm the only spoken word artist. And now I'm becoming more conscious of the discipline, to say poetry has a really small audience. So now I'm trying to tap into other art disciplines to see how I can grow my audience as a poet. I've tried fusing my poetry with music. I've tried fusing it with theater. I've tried fusing it with dance. I've done some really amazing things with some really amazing poets, like your Soaks the Poet. Yeah, so it's just been a lot of realizing how much work you need to put into the craft and just growth throughout. And then the lessons I've learned this far have been, first of all, you need to be aware of yourself as an artist. I think you need to really be aware of the type of craft that you want to create. You need to find your voice. You really, really, really need to know what you want to do, what message you want to put out there, and just define yourself. It becomes easier when you're then doing things such as branding, when you're then executing your art, so that people don't get lost in trying to figure out, but who is she or who is he and what exactly are they trying to achieve. And that will be first. And secondly, it has to be discipline. You have to be a disciplined individual. In order for you just need to make it easy for people to work with you. Not only that, but when you're disciplined and deliberate in your work and in the things that you do, you just become more professional. Not only that, but you're more molded, if you get what I mean. It's just, you're not just an artist, and you also defy the stereotype that artists are weird individuals. And lastly would be to learn. You need to constantly allow yourself to learn, constantly be in a position where you're willing to take in information for people you think don't know that much, or people you think know better than you, people who are even at your same level, or people who are above you. I think it could take you somewhere to just be interested in learning and knowing more and more things. Do some research. If you're a poet, listen to poetry. If you're a musician, listen to more music. Read about stuff, watch TED Talks and things like that. Just learn. I think that's literally the only way you can improve your craft. And some of the most misleading myths about creative are that they are reckless, or that they are broken, or that they are irresponsible individuals. I think that's one of the stereotypes that are just messing up people's perceptions of artists. When you tell someone you're an artist, they immediately think you probably smoke weed, you probably drink, or if you tell someone you're performing late, they probably think you're up to no good. But there's really decent artists out there like myself. And also the other myth is that artists are broke. While it is true for some artists, you can make money in the industry. You can make money with your craft if you invest enough time and energy into it. If you invest enough effort and thought into it, you definitely can make money off of it. I make money off of poetry, and I'm proud of that. So a short performance. I am going to do my very favorite piece. I think at this point it is my signature piece. It is called Ja. Don't try it too much to understand it, just enjoy the rhythm in the poem. Mad woman, drowning in my sorrows, drunk from all the pain and languish, holding beer, shouting, Ja, Ja love, why not locate me? Mad woman, drowning in my sorrows, drunk from all the pain and languish, holding beer, shouting, Ja, Ja love, why not locate me? Me long for you, Ja, me so thirsty for you. Me spirit need revival. Ja, Ja love, why not locate me? Me used to go to church every Sunday, but church ladies say me don't belong there. Pastor took me in and pretend to be good, but pastor, bad man. Bad man with perverse mind. He took away my innocence and my childhood days, and he gave me lollipop to keep me mad. Shot. When sunset each day is the last thing I see at the back of my mind. And when sunrise is at dawn, it's the first thing I see, pictures still as clear as sunny day. Ja, Ja love, why you not locate me? Me seated upon cliff edge holding Bible shouting, Ja, me seated upon cliff edge holding Bible shouting, Ja, me seated upon cliff edge holding Bible shouting, Ja, me seated upon cliff edge holding Bible shouting, Ja, me seated upon cliff edge holding Bible shouting, Ja, 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 Ja love, why not locate me? Alright, so you can find more of my poetry on my Instagram page. It's @Thandokuhle, and on Facebook it's the same handle. Thank you.